is up in it, y'all. We are up in it. Getting y'all together, per usual. What is going on? You see? I know I look crazy. But we are at home. We are at home today, y'all. We are at home. And that is because I am not feeling well. I have been under the weather. I have contracted norovirus, whoop-de-doo. And it's kind of like a stomach virus. And I haven't been able to go to work. I am going to do this pod from the house today. And I say today, but it's 10 o'clock at night. But I've been getting rest and stuff like that. So I was like, let me knock this out and get what y'all from the house. This is Unfiltered Conversation. So if we're going to be chilling in the house, be unfiltered, that's what we're going to do. So this episode, I am looking forward to it because this episode is about, we were talking about the YN grandmas. This time we're going to be talking about the YHs, the young hoes. Because they've been cooking us in the comments, and by us, I know somebody's like, why are you calling yourself a young hoe? You'll see what I'm talking about, just saying. So to my Twitch people, thank y'all so much for being on here. Unfiltered Conversations is available on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, iHeartRadio, YouTube, and Twitch. You guys, make sure that you find a way to get on this podcast and listen, whether that be visually, whether you like the audio, whatever it may be, whatever your platform of choice is, I am on there. So I'm looking forward to you guys listening to this episode that I created. And yeah, you see, I just had to let y'all know what I had going on for my viewers that are on Twitch, because you guys normally get the whole glimpse of what's going on, where the listeners kind of just get the start of the show and they don't be knowing like what's going on with me for real. Like I said, y'all, I'm getting over this virus. I wrote this episode and was like, I really, really still want to record anyways. And I decided it's 10 o'clock at night. I'm going to do it. And that's okay. So we're going to do it. But without further ado, we're going to get into, you see, episode 20. Can y'all believe that? 20 episodes. Lockdown. We're going to do it. Here we go. And 3, 2, we're live. What is going on Unfiltered Conversations family? And I am so glad to let you know that we have finally hit episode 20 of Unfiltered Conversations. I am your host, Leila Simone, and we are available on Apple Podcasts, iHeartRadio, Twitch, and YouTube, and Spotify, you guys. So you can reach us on all platforms if you guys decide to watch us visually, or if you want to listen to the audio, it's available on both. Welcome to episode 20, which is going to be titled The Young 304s. You guys are going to understand what I'm talking about later, but like I said earlier, if you haven't listened to last episode, we were talking about the YN grannies, and now it seems like they're talking about the young 304, the young girls, you know what I'm saying? And this was a trend that I saw on TikTok, and I really want to get into it. So I want to make this very clear that my podcast is for entertainment purposes only. I'm only here for a laugh, to share my thoughts on what I see on a regular basis, to share mental wealth, culture, music, talking about entrepreneurship, CEOs, new businesses, all types of stuff like that. So if you're a tender-hearted person, this is not the podcast for you. I'm so sorry to tell you. But I am here to clown, and if you are not, then this is the door. I'm sorry, I'm going to be real smooth and honest with you. But anywho, y'all, we're going to swerve over the media mess, okay? Because that is what this section of the podcast is titled, Media Mess, because it has been a lot going on in the media. I've been at home because I have not been doing well. Recently, as you guys know, I work with kids, and I feel like I always contract their illnesses all the time, and I messed around and caught norovirus, which is like a stomach bug, and that is why I'm recording from my house today. And I would just like to say that if you are working with kids or working anywhere in the vicinity of a school system, whatever that may be, Wear your mask, wear your gloves, wear whatever you gotta do. Hand sanitizer, wipe the desk, do everything you gotta do. Because this right here, y'all, almost took me out the game. This almost took me out the game. I ain't never experienced nothing like this. And I hope to God I don't ever touch nothing like it again. But yes, y'all, please be careful. Apparently it's flu season worldwide. So y'all, please cover yourselves up, wipe down, wash your sheets, do everything that you have to do, because this, like I said, I won't wish this on nobody. But media mess, because like I said, I was laying in my bed and Donald Trump is always on my timeline, but Donald Trump and Nicki Minaj was on my timeline this time, and I really don't like this pair. And it's because, like I said, I've always loved Nicki Minaj, and her music and her career path has always been super inspiring. Anybody who's been a young black girl, you've had your Nicki phase. You had your Nicki phase. Everybody had their Nicki phase, their Beyonce phase, their Rihanna phase. If you was really a black girl baddie, you had each and every one of these phases. But to see her posted up with Donald grabbing by the Trump really irks my nerves. Now, the onset of their whole thing, she was walking around really publicly advocating for him, endorsing him, saying that, you know, she's really great friends with him, that he's a great man, he's real inspiring, just on a press run, just flappity, flappity, flap. And when she first started doing this, people were looking like, is she serious? Like, are you for real right now? And people were concerned because we have to look at the skin. Like, girl, did you forget where you came from, or what, or who you came from, or what you stand for? Do you stand for anything? What are you doing? It was a lot of questions that had came up. So anybody who's not an idiot knows that she's in it for a reason. And a lot of her fans were taking up for her per usual. You know, the bar's not gonna let y'all just come up in here popping it. And they are like, what does her political beliefs have to do with her as an artist? Da 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 da. I feel y'all. But artists who have like big sways over people's opinions in at large, when they get involved in politics like that, it does make a major difference. We've seen Cardi B get involved politically. We've seen Beyonce get involved politically. We've seen Megan Thee Stallion get involved politically. So it's just a matter of this time, where is the artist standing? That is a little bit concerning. You guys have seen Kanye West get involved politically. So you know that this is not nothing new. This is not nothing out the blue. It's just a matter of who it is that's just like, what? And so, long story short, we find out that she's in it for citizenship. And that's no surprise because, you know, Donald is trying to sweep away any and everybody who's not a citizen. And even if you are a citizen and you look like you're not supposed to be here, or, well, I don't even know what you look like when you're not supposed to be here, you have papers, but I don't know, when you are following the description of what ICE is looking for the day, you might be cooked. And she was like, let me just make sure that I'm not in this mess, because we still got 3 more years of this, so let me just go ahead and take care of what I gotta take care of. Now, in her appearances with Trump, she did look a little off. Like, she just looked eerie. And I was just wondering, like, what happened to you? Like, in the span of 2 or 3 days of endorsing this fool, that your eyes have spaced out this far. She looks off. And, you know, she ended up posting this gold card that Donald gave her. And essentially, you know, people are like, well, she thought she was going to get citizenship. She just got this gold card. We don't know what she got just yet. We still don't. And I'm not going to talk no mess about it because I still don't know what she did. I don't know what she's getting out of this or anything. I don't know if somebody in her family's getting pardoned for actions that they've done in the past. Whoop, whoop. But we don't know. But all I'm saying is that to see them two paired, I would have never thought that day would ever come. And when it came, it was a rude awakening. Like, what are we doing? And then, like I said, it also speaks to, like, it's all about power at the end of the day. She's standing by who has the power right now, who is going to be able to solve a problem that she may have right now, and she's willing to go the lengths to get it done. We've seen her do this in her career as an artist. I don't see her doing it any different in her personal life or political life. I really don't. Do I agree with her going out here parading around with Donald Trump for her citizenship? No. But do I understand what she's doing? Yes. I'm really hoping that she understands that business is business. Get your business done and get on, because Donald Trump is not somebody who's a nurturer. I've never seen in an instance where somebody has done business with him and they could genuinely say that they were put in a better position. It seems like it's always like a position switch. Anybody who gets involved with him, he's always up and the next person gets demoted, if that makes sense. So I'm just saying that let's just make sure that we being mindful of who these people are becoming allies with and why. And focus on the why, especially when you're forming your opinion about an artist or whatever it is, because if she's looking for citizenship and that's really what she got for standing around here with this fool, citizenship process does take a while. So I'm hoping that it has some benefit to her in the long run, because Jesus Christ. And, other people are in agreement, like, well, she took care of what she needed to take care of, so I don't see the problem. And it's her life. And that's very true. That is very true. Her life is very public, though, so that is where all the opinions are coming from. And I understand that some people feel that, she should do what she feels. She should be able to do how she pleases without other people having their 2 cents involved. But Nicki Minaj always give her 2 cents when nobody asked her. So it is what it is. But like I said, I don't really think she's in it for Trump. She's pro herself. Like, whatever situation that she is gonna prevail from, benefit from, that is what she's going to do. She's not pro Trump. She's pro herself. That's just what it seems like. And she's trying to benefit out of, his presidency as much as she possibly can. And he's actively removing non-citizens without communication with family, a lawyer, and there's been a bunch of illegal strategies that's been used to detain people through ICE. So she may be operating out of fear. We really don't know until somebody sits down and has that conversation with her of what was going through your mind, or what is going through your mind as you decide you're trying to do this. Now, we're going to take a swerve into our media mess. Rapper Tootsie has really gotten in his football bag, and he recently was involved with Syracuse University, and then he transferred over to LSU. Now, you guys know I attended Southern University, which is like 20 minutes down from LSU, so I know that whole Louisiana experience, and I'm praying that he has a great experience. I think he was doing like some on-campus experience, because he was talking about how like everybody was kind of bum rushing him and all that stuff when he got on campus, which he should expect. And it's going to be like that probably for the next 2 to 3 weeks, and then it'll probably die down from there. But essentially everybody's down there starstruck, and I'm really hoping that, his football career really does take off, and that, he's able to use this outlet as something else to continue to grow, because a lot of people had say so about him walking onto a team, his capabilities, what exactly even made him want to do football in the first place. But as we all know, there's a lot of athletes that don't make it right off rip, so they turn to music, turn to drugs, turn to regular 9 to 5 and not keeping their bodies up and staying in shape. And that's normally what happens, and then from there they never return. And I think that this is an instance where somebody had returned to something that they had a passion for at one point, and I really do think that's a beautiful thing. So I just want y'all to know, no matter what time it is, just make sure that you return to your bag. Return to what you do to make you the most happy. Don't let other people's opinions try to steer you or drive you to do something else. And just because you started or you were introduced to others, doing one thing doesn't mean that you can't be multifaceted. There's nothing wrong with having layers. It's nothing wrong with having experience, being able to do multiple things at a time. It's really not. And I know that there's a lot of narrow-minded people that will try to make you feel like something's wrong with you wanting to get involved with multiple things at a time. But that just means you're gifted. And there's nothing wrong with being gifted. And like I said, this was Media Mess, and we have a whole lot more on the way. Because, like I said, the young host trend is popping. I'm going to say the YHs, y'all. The young 304s, okay? This popped up, like I said, on my TikTok a while ago. And it has been something that has literally ate the girls alive. Because on one half, I was seeing that the YHs are the type that will start businesses, own cars, pay their own rent, not codependent on a man, none of that. And I see that all the time. Like, you don't know how many girls, I'm 22 years old, you don't know how many girls I've seen get up and pick themselves up from nothing and get themselves a crib, get themselves a car, get themselves new whatever they need, put themselves through school. And that is so true that these girls do. There is one half of the girls that really have that get up and go mentality. And then on the other half, there was the girls who cook food on high the entire time, washing clothes in big piles, quitting their job left and right because they don't like the work environment, and blowing our credit out of line and using men to be our main source of income. Whoop-de-doo. Now, y'all, all of these things are true for both sides. However, I will say that I was a person that used to cook my shit all the way through on high. I used to live in an apartment with 4 burners, and it was an electric stove, and I didn't know how to cook like that. So every time it was time for me to cook, I'm over here burning stuff up because I'm cooking shit all the way up on high. Why was I doing that? I didn't know. And I kept burning stuff. And the way that I learned was I got tired of burning stuff and I turned it down. And the day that I turned it down, I never turned it back up. But I had to learn that this is why I was burning this food like this. Because why are you cooking any food on high for over 15, 20 minutes? You know you're not going to have nothing to eat. Why would you even play with yourself like that? And I would really be genuinely surprised when I open a pot and it's just smoke. Dry. Like, I used to have it messed up. If y'all don't know, I am exhausted right now. It is 10:45 at night, and I am off the NyQuil. I am pooped, y'all, but I'm getting through this show. I got my Pedialyte. We get through it, y'all. Sick and all. Just know I love y'all. But like I said, the young hoes trend was tough because it's a lot of people that are like, why are we always referring to our young women like this? Why are we always speaking so negatively about them? And I agree, like, we shouldn't really be talking about each other like this. Like, we're growing, we're learning, and the people who are saying these things about us, y'all, we are learning, we are figuring it out. Some of us got mamas, but our mamas, they showed us what they could and left us with the rest, and we still figuring out the rest right now, and y'all judging and nitpicking and being mean. And mind you, let's get on the old, because y'all used to be the type that used to, lay up under men all the time, be codependent, not necessarily into the idea of being ambitious, letting somebody else's dreams drive where you go. Those types of things. Everybody had theirs. So I feel like every time we try to judge or come down on each other real hard, it really does expose the other side. Like, look at what you doing. So I feel like as a community of women, we just got to make sure that young or old, whatever that may be, bridge the gap. If you see us up here burning up food, turn down the stove for us. If you see us out here piling up big clothes, hey, your whites is supposed to be right here and your color is supposed to be right here. Help them so that we're not just out here in the world looking crazy. And it's a process. Like I said, it's a process. Everybody is moving at their own pace. I got some friends that still are not even driving right now. And there's nothing wrong with it. Everybody's just at their own pace. So I had to learn, like, even though I may know how to do X, Y, and Z, or, somebody else might know how to do X, Y, and Z. I may not have all the information. They might not have all the information. So it's even Steven. So next up, this low-key could have went under the mess, but y'all, Asian Doll is teaching people how to build their credit or repair their credit. And it's more of like a class rather than her going in and fixing your credit herself. And there was a lot of backlash that came with that because there was a lot of people that were like, not Asian the scammer. Not Asian the YN, not Asian the rapper. Like, you know what I'm saying? And if you guys don't know, Asian Doll is an amazing rapper. I loved me some Asian Doll. Yes, love me some Asian Doll. And she was the ex-girlfriend to King Von, and her rap career really skyrocketed while they was in their relationship and prior to that. And when he passed away, she did move on. She ended up having another baby, or a baby, because she only has one. And the cutest little baby in the whole wide world, but it's looking like she's trying to steer away, not necessarily steer away from music, but find another outlet or another way of income as well. And I don't never see nothing wrong with that. But the problem was people were talking about the importance of a digital footprint, because what she's done in the past wouldn't let you believe that what you show her, tell her, whatever it is going to be handled in a professional manner because of what we've seen her do in the past. So it's like, why am I hiring Asian the scammer to teach me how to build my credit score or repair my credit? Like, you feel me? Like, I think that's the thing. And people got to understand, like, if you're going to start a business, if you are going to be the face of something, sometimes you just need to go ahead and start a faceless business or whatever you need to do, because then people start associating your business with your past, your present, your future, your current life, whatever it is, and they are not able to support or do the things they're supposed to do because they're attached to you as the entity rather than the cause. And that's not it. That's not it. That is not it. And I feel like this is why we need to be mindful, like I said, of our digital footprint and what professions we choose, because it could be a conflict of interest to the public. Because I have learned that obviously I work with kids and stuff like that. You guys see me all the time. I will never disclose like what exactly goes on in my job or how it goes. But the point is that like me showing up on social media the way I probably want to sometimes isn't always the best because of the type of job that I have. So I have to be very clear and very mindful of what I will and will not do on cam, because if it gets pulled up in a different setting from now, am I going to be okay with this? And if the answer is no, then I probably shouldn't have did it. And that's just pretty much my logic on that. So, like I was saying, it is very important to just pay attention to your digital footprint and understand that once you put stuff out there, people are going to have a response to it or a review. And I feel like Asian was like, y'all need to shut up, low key. Like, I'm trying to move on with my life. I'm trying to elevate, And nobody's saying that you can't elevate, but they're trying to help you understand that this is what you showed us already. So we're a little apprehensive. And I understand that people change, things change. It's going to always be kind of like that evolving door. And there's nothing wrong with that. But at the same time, I know that you have to build that trust, that rapport, whatever that is, for a client to believe that you are going to take care of what they are giving you. And at this moment, we're talking about my credit score, like my taxes, whatever it is. That's so important. So I need to know that you're not here playing around. Like, please don't play around. Like, that is so toe up to sit up and play with somebody's taxes or their credit score or scam them or whatever it is, and you sitting up all up in a suit talking about how you ready to teach everybody what you going to teach them. And I wanted to talk about hustle culture because everybody who creates an online class, everybody who has an ebook, everybody who has these learning platforms, There are some where you genuinely are going to learn game, but then there's others that are creating these things as revenue. So understand that as a consumer, when you are getting information, when somebody is creating something to create revenue for themselves, or if they genuinely are trying to put out information that can help the next person. Because that definitely makes a big difference when you look up and you're like, why did they just do that? Or why is this going on? Like, be able to break that down, be able to analyze that, because it helps you make decisions really, really quickly. So we're going to swerve over and move over because Valentine's Day is on the way. Y'all can tell I'm a little sleepy, like it's 10:33, and I told y'all I'm off the 9-9 quill, but I'm going to keep going. But Valentine's Day is on the way, and I'm super excited for Valentine's Day because, y'all, I got a Valentine. And I'm super excited for that because, like I said, last year for Valentine's Day, I had a Valentine, but I mean, like, I'm excited about this one, though, because we gonna see, y'all. I'm not even gonna sit up here and flappity about it because I'm off the 9-9 and I'm tired, and I don't really want to sit up here sounding crazy. So, y'all, I'm looking forward to Valentine's Day. If y'all see a little post on my Instagram, just tap in with me, tell me I look good. You know what I'm saying? But mind your business, because I feel like Valentine's Day is going to be a scary situation for girls who are pretty, girls who got people who want them, but the people ain't put on the pressure, so they about to find out that they not that good. Like, it's a lot that's about to happen on Valentine's Day, and I hate the people that pull up on Valentine's Day hating on everybody else because they don't have a person. You sitting over here gift watching and scrolling around on people's Instagram stories and stuff like that, and being all bitter with your toes rolled up. And that's why you sitting up by yourself. Like, I had realized once I had stopped being bitter and stopped looking at what other people got going on, that's when my stuff started really picking up. When I just stopped worrying about what other people had going on, why they getting this, or what do I need to do to deserve something like that. Once I stopped worrying about all that, that's when I feel like everything started changing for me. Like, I'm not a materialistic person, but when I get surprised, when I get dated, when I get loved, when I get relationshiped on, I don't know what to do other than sit there with my feet wrapped up in my blanket and just smile, because people don't do that no more. Like, they don't do it right, at least. Like, it's always some type of condition with it, and I'm tired of, people coming with their conditions without understanding that you got to show up a certain way for people to want to do whatever it is that you're trying to require. So, excuse me, y'all. This month specifically for UC, I want you guys to understand that this is specifically for the girls because I know that I've had a lot of amazing personalities come on here, but for the month of February, it's all about the girls. I love you guys so much. You guys are so sweet, so supportive, always so generous, and I want to make sure that my podcasts are curated to my ladies too and my guys because like I said, Valentine's Day is coming up, and I know that for a lot of people Valentine's Day is about the girls, but the guys, y'all need some love too, so we're gonna talk about that and we're gonna get that cooked up in there. But I wanted to talk to you guys about doing Valentine's Day by yourself as a female, because a lot of times I know it's frowned upon, or not even frowned upon, but like, a lot of girls, they don't like being alone on Valentine's Day. And I had to think about the times that I have been alone on Valentine's Day and what I did do. And I feel like other people should try it just so that, in the future, it helps you practice self-love, self-care. It really does when you look at these holidays and you kind of turn them into something for yourself and like how you can benefit from it. In the past, I have not always had a Valentine's Day or a Valentine at all because I had moments where I just didn't want to be dealing with nobody. Like, I just needed to regroup, or I just needed to refocus. So I had just made the conscious decision, like, I'm not doing this. So when I made those decisions at times, I would just take myself and go eat, or go get my nails done, go get my hair done. So on Valentine's, y'all, go get your hair done, go get your nails done, go buy yourself some flowers. Something that you kept your eyes on for a long time, buy it for yourself that day. Like, love on yourself so that when people finally get in the space or get in the room, they have something to keep up. Like, they able to keep up with the momentum you keep with yourself. So if you do this for yourself, I know that you're not finna let this fly when I just walk up in here with my ass and doing nothing. Like, understand that once you set that tone for people, it's really easy to keep it going. So, this month is about healing, good vibes, and fun this entire month. Like, we're going to be having a really good time. We're going to be healing together. We're going to be getting deep because, like I said, this one's for the ladies for this month. I'm looking forward to inviting some amazing personalities and get into dating, like I said, self-love, mental wealth, and creative expressions of all kinds. So we're not just talking about, oh, you just do music. Like, I got dancers. I got all types of stuff that I'm really excited to bring on the show. And I'm looking forward to this year specifically because I have been, like I said, very happy. I've been very happy. So I'm really looking forward to Valentine's Day. And to my friends who just want to be by themselves on Valentine's Day, like, it's not nothing wrong. It's not nothing going on. I just want to be by myself. It is absolutely nothing wrong with doing that. It's nothing wrong with doing that. I feel like a lot of people get it twisted. Like, you don't have to be sitting up people pleasing, sitting up with a big crowd, trying to do this and that. Like, you don't have to do none of that stuff. If you don't want to do it, sit with yourself. Have fun by yourself. Get yourself a Lego set. Turn on some music. Relax. Like, do whatever is going to make you happy on Valentine's Day. And sometimes I feel like in holidays, we be getting caught up in having somebody for every single holiday. But throughout the year, we forget to love ourselves. We're always so focused on, oh, Christmas coming up and I'm by myself. Oh, Halloween coming up and I ain't got nobody to watch movies with. Oh, Valentine's Day coming up and I ain't got nobody to bring me no chocolates. Like, if you was just consistently loving on yourself, taking yourself to the gym, going to eat the things that you like the best, once a week, hanging out with a friend or two every other so often, whatever, you won't even be looking for none of this. So what I'm saying is that you should really pour into yourself and take the time to figure out what are your activities that you really like to do. What are the things that make you the happiest? What do you eat that makes you feel full, like, happy, satisfied? Like, give yourself those things and do it by yourself. Just do it. Just do it. Thank you for the follow. But it's so important. It's so important. Now, like I said, go get your maintenance. You can go see friends. You can go to your favorite food spot. Go pick up some sweets. Go get yourself something that you had on your mind. Because like I said, I'm always like that. It's always that one thing. I'm like, I want to buy that. And then, the time comes for me to buy it. And I'm like, I don't need it. No, let this be the time where you probably don't need it. But I want to have it. So I want it. And I'm going to get it. Give yourself those opportunities to splurge and enjoy yourself for the hard things that you do in life. And like I said, I started to see my love life really improve when I stopped looking. Like, when I stopped looking, stopped worrying about this and that, it really made it so easy for me to glide into where I was supposed to be because I wasn't trying to stick myself or force myself somewhere where I wasn't welcomed or I wasn't wanted. So it was real easy to clearly define, like, okay, boom, this is for me. And we're going to get into that a little bit more, like, in future episodes about, like, how do you pick a partner? What were some things that I had noticed that have helped me in the future pick, somebody that was a little bit helpful? Like, all of those types of things. Now, I had noticed that once I started prioritizing my health, my mind, and my emotional energy, it really started helping. Like, I was eating a lot while I was in college, and I noticed that my weight was picking up, and I really didn't like it. So I tried to make sure this year I really was doing something about it, and I noticed my weight drop. And as my weight dropped, my confidence was up there, and it really helped. Like, it really did help. And my mind, like, I've always been a journaler. If you guys have been listening to UC, way back in 2024, 2023 on YouTube. I've always had a journal. I've always written in my journal, but the journal wasn't enough. I feel like the journal be cool to emotionally dump, but it don't help you process through anything. When I was younger, it really used to help me get it out, but not work through. Like, so I'm really trying to work on that. And I noticed that once I started really working through my emotions to try to figure out what's going on or get deep about it and really get to the root, that's when the clarity started to show. So a lot of people are like, oh, if you're having a hard time, just write in your journal. Yeah, write in your journal, but also work on how you're going to work through the issue that you wrote in the journal. Because writing it on paper and then slamming the journal and then tossing it to the side is not going to get you nowhere. It's not. So it's about the thought process of, okay, I noticed this problem. I noticed this is how it's making me feel. This is what I'm going to do to change my actions. And this is the result that I'm expecting. Understand that it's a full process. It's not just, I had a bad day. Let me write this down. It's nice. It's nice to just get it off your chest, but it's not helping you learn nothing or work through nothing. Clearing the old fog helped me notice like new opportunities, recognize like old repeating patterns, and what to look for in the next experience. So sometimes, you have these experiences where you just like, I don't know why that just happened to me, or I don't know what I got going on, but I know what I'm going to do this next time. I know I'm not going to let this slide. I know I'm not going to do this like this. I know I'm not. And you able to fix your list that way because you knew what you went through the first time. So it's very important to make sure that, you really make sure that you clear yourself mentally, physically, emotionally, because you don't want to pour that into your next partner. You don't want to be pouring the venom in the bucket. You want to be the sunshine, the happiness, the love, the kiki. So, it really does take effort for you to show up that way. Now, you guys, like I said, I have not been feeling the best, but I'm actually very glad that you guys are here and that we've been talking so well. We're going to have more guests coming up. Like I said, if you guys haven't listened to episode 17, go check that out. My friend, Belly the One, who was here to interview, recently dropped his album, 30 for 30, and it truly is 30 for 30, y'all. Please make sure that you go listen to that album. I'm telling you, I would not send you to listen to anything that I wouldn't listen to myself. It's an amazing album, and I think you guys really should take time to listen to it and really understand the artist and his craft. And for any artists that have any projects coming up moving forward, any releases coming up, anything, a press run that you would like to have, please come stop by UC. We are always welcome to invite any and everybody that wants to be here. We are welcome to new stories, old stories, old songs, whatever it may be. We are welcome to art, creativity, and love. So anybody who is wanting to be on the show, you are definitely welcome. Always welcome. You guys, I really appreciate you for rocking with me for 20 episodes so far. Like I said, I really wanted to take this run seriously because in the past, I know that I've had my discrepancies with school and things like that, but I'm really trying to figure out my schedule and learn how I can be a better creator, how I can continue to be a great host, and how I can continue to elevate. And this was just a step in itself. I'm not feeling the greatest, and I still found a way to get on here and record something. And I'm very proud of that. And this is why you guys show up for me the way that you do. So with that being said, I would like to tell you guys, thank you so much for listening to episode 20 of Unfiltered Conversations with your host, Layla Simone. If you guys are looking for me, you can follow me on Instagram and TikTok at Layla Simone, 2 E's and an _. And our podcast, Unfiltered Conversations, is available on Spotify, iHeartRadio, YouTube, Twitch, and more to come. I really want you guys to know that it is so crucial. If you guys are on YouTube, give me a like, give me a subscribe, because we're continuing to grow the UC family. I'm sorry, you guys, for the stuttering. I am so exhausted with this NyQuil. But it's so important that we continue to push forward and we continue to grow the UC family, because I see it and you guys are interacting with me and it's making me so motivated to continue to show up even when I'm not feeling my best. I still feel like I want to record. I still want to be here. I still got a bright smile on my face, and it's literally because you guys keep showing up for me and being great, and I really, really appreciate you for that. Again, like I said, this was episode 20 of Unfiltered Conversations. Thank you for listening. I will see you guys on episode 21. And February is on the way, so Love Day is here. The last thing that I have to say is my business at Lenses by Lay on Instagram is doing a $10 off sale for Stunner lenses. Now, mind you, Stunner lenses are only $15. So if $10 are taken off, you're only paying $5. So Stunner lenses are available for only $5 on the website right now. So they are super, super cute. They got these cute little hearts on the side. It is so perfect for Valentine's Day. You guys should definitely go check them out on my Instagram at Lenses by Lay on Instagram. And once you click that link in the bio, you'll go straight to the website and make your purchase from there. All of the Stunner lenses are $10 off, meaning that you're only going to pay $5. Shipping is available worldwide, and I really hope to see you guys on the next episode and fulfilling your orders for Lenses by Lay as well. I love you guys, and I'll see you in the next episode. Bye. Yeah, we done. We are done. I'm so glad that I was able to do that, y'all. I'm so tired, but we made it. We made it. You guys don't understand, like, with the, what am I trying to say? With the virus or whatever that I had, it was the stinking worst. Like, it was so bad. Like, my stomach was all tore up, y'all. I threw up 6 times. I know you guys didn't ask, but I threw up 6 times on the first day of me having it. And then after that, well, I just pulled out one of my tracks. But after that, it was like downhill from there. I had to go to the ER, and they were like, hey, your blood levels are looking kind of low. You need to take this medication, and then if that doesn't work, we're going to give you some IVs. And I'm like, oh. So luckily, I have been doing okay so far. I feel pretty good. I want to keep it that way. And I just pray that whatever the norovirus is, that it never finds you guys, because that was the worst. It really was the worst. It really was. And I'm getting myself together. I had to get my hair all freshened up for you guys so I could talk to you guys this evening. And I'm about to swing it on the bed because I just took my NyQuil, and this is the best I could do. I love you guys so much, and I really hope you enjoy episode 20 of Unfiltered Conversations. I'm sorry it was in the house and in my PJs with my glasses on at 10 at night, but this is all I can do. This is Unfiltered Conversations, so you guys gotta get with it or get lost. I love you guys so much, and like I said, make sure that you subscribe, that you follow me on Twitch, and that you guys continue to stay active on my social media pages at Layla Simone with 2 E's and an underscore, and Layla Simone, and Lenses by Lay for all of your sunglasses needs. Stunner glasses are going for only the single 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So hit that website, y'all. I love you guys so much, and I'm gonna see you guys in the next one. Bye.